So my request to you is, please think in that way, how you can help. And my final comment today, and I think the mayor alluded to it, we have a dinner on March 25th, which is Friday. It is that we had committed $1 million on behalf of the Pakistani community. We have almost raised 800,000, so that you know where we have. And hopefully, between dinner on Friday and one more dinner, I think we'll be done with our $1 million. And that will be a great achievement, let me tell you, to raise $1 million on behalf of the Pakistani community in a small town like Markham. I think that's fantastic. So thank you. Please give yourself a big hand. So anybody that has not bought the ticket yet for Friday, after the program, you can see me, and please join us. And next year's, luckily, dinner will be on the 23rd March because it's a Friday night. So for next year, we know already that it'll be 23rd March that we'll celebrate in the morning here, and at night we'll have our final, hopefully, dinner for the hospital. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to start, and I'm going to request the Deputy Consul General, Mr. Imran Ali, to come and read the message from the President of Pakistan.
Thank you, Khalid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the message from the President of Pakistan. March 23rd this year is most memorable as it is the first Pakistan Day after Parliament unanimously removed from the Constitution the over 3-decade-old vestiges of dictatorship to make it truly democratic. On this auspicious occasion, I wish to greet the entire Pakistan nation. The Qaid and our founding fathers had envisaged a democratic and pluralistic state where constitutionalism and rule of law would reign supreme and where minorities would have equal rights as citizens. We must not deviate from those principles. Let us on this day reiterate our principles and resolve to be strong in upholding them. Let us also on this day denounce violence, hatred and intolerance that have crept into our polity. I call upon everyone today to forge a spirit of tolerance, mutual accommodation, harmony and respect for dissent. I pray to Almighty Allah to guide us and enable us to be worthy of the heritage bequeathed to us by the Qaid Azam.
I now request, you were the counselor, right?
You were right, you have to announce Asim.
Asim Ali Khan, if I can request you to come and read the message from the Prime Minister.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's a message from Sayyid Yusuf Raza Gilani, Prime Minister of Pakistan, on the occasion of Pakistan Day. I quote, as we celebrate the Pakistan Day today, it is important to introspect ourselves whether we achieved the objective for which the Muslims of the subcontinent rendered immense sacrifices with their blood. The government remains committed to translating the dream of our founding fathers into reality. On this historic day, let us pledge to leave no stone unturned to work for the betterment of Pakistan. We must reawaken the spirit which characterized the 23rd March in 1940 to better the daunting challenges, including that of terrorism and extremism. I have complete trust in the ability of our people to rise to the occasion. The essential message of this auspicious day is that we as a nation make a vow to project Pakistan ideology at every level as a counterweight to the forces of extremism and darkness. Let us dedicate ourselves to the service and glory of our homeland. Pakistan Zindabad. Unquote.
Thank you very much. Before I call our next speaker, I just want to recognize a couple of people. We have Georgina Mensik, who is Director of United Nations Association of Canada. Georgina. We also have Mr. Hassan Munir, who is the former minister in the Benazir government. He's here from Pakistan. Also a very, very important, a businessman and an industrialist from Pakistan. We have Mr. Lal, representing the Ahmadiyya community here. Dr. Rafi Mustafa, who is the past president of IDRS. I also want to tell you about our dinner that we are doing on Friday, that there will be a fundraising part, not for the hospital, that is already done, but for Japan crisis, which will be in association with IDRF. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that we as Pakistani community are also raising money for Japan. So my next speaker is somebody that you know very, very well, somebody who we proudly say the first Pakistani to enter the Ontario legislature, and he's no one other than Dr. Shafiq Qadri. Dr. Qadri.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Izzat Maab, Consul General Sabzada Khan, ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues, our MC Khalid Usman, Mayor Frank Scarpiti in absentia, one of the leading industrialists of Pakistan and a nation builder, Mr. S.M. Munir, representative of the Ahmadiyya community of Canada, Mr. Malik Lal Khan, past president of IDRF, Rafi Mustafa, and of course distinguished members of the Consulate General team, Mr. Asim Ali Khan, Adil Akbar Shah, and Imran Chaudhry, members of the Council of the City of Markham, and not least, and certainly last here, my honorable colleague in the provincial legislature, Nowroz Mubarak sir, Dr. Reza Maridi, the first Iranian Canadian to sit at Queen's Park in the legislature of Ontario. At the outset, I would say simply to salute all of us together as we are still proud Pakistanis of Canadian origin. I think all of us who have sat together, have cried together, have struggled and worked together, whether we are building institutions, helping our families, helping Pakistan, I think it's something to be commended. There are many individuals in this room. I think all of us are known to each other for the past generation or so. I would start first, of course, by saluting a very fine example of the diplomatic corps of Pakistan, and that is the Honorable Sabzada Khan, the Consul General. I would say, sir, that you have been instrumental in helping as a matter not only of outreach, but also bridging relationships between many different levels of government, whether it's federal, provincial, municipal, within the Greater Toronto Area, and in fact across Ontario, as you have reminded me many times that you are the Consul General not merely for the City of Toronto, but to the province of Ontario, a jurisdiction, sir, I share. I would also like to salute Khalid Usman, not only for being an example. Khalid, I remember being at that 1995 nomination meeting of yours for a particular party, which I will not mention. We look forward to seeing you, sir, return to electoral politics because you really opened the doors for all of us. ये भी मैं आपको सब मुबारकबाद पेश करना चाहूँगा 23 मार्च के लिए। वालदा हमारी जो सामने बैठी है डॉक्टर मुसरत खादरी हमें बताती रहती है कि मुस्लिम लीग के जो ये ख़ुद मेंबरान थे किस तरह के कुर्बानी उनको देना पड़ा पाकिस्तान के लिए। अभी तक मुझे उनके नारे याद हैं कि लेके रहेंगे पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद. So it's in that same spirit of nation building, of bridge building, of looking not only with a respect for the past, but for a vision and hope for the future, that I salute you on behalf of Queen's Park at the Legislature of Ontario for the very multicultural focused caucus that is currently in the government, and on behalf of the Premier and my colleague, Dr. Reza Maridi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Qadri, for being so eloquent and so gracious. I really appreciate you coming and recognizing some of the people that I had left out. Also, I want to say that we have the general manager of PIA with us. I'm going to request our deputy mayor and of course the airport manager. He's here too. The PIA is very well represented. Our next speaker is the deputy mayor, Mr. Jack Heath, who is no stranger to you because he's at every function that we have. So I'm going to request the Deputy Mayor to please come and feel at home, because that's where he excels, in this chamber. So he can talk for hours. So, but be kind to all of us.
Be kind. You just want to make sure I be kind to you, Halid. That's what you want to make sure. I was at that meeting too in 1995, and it was a great joy when Halid Usman won that event. And he would have served Markham and Ontario well from then, and he probably might still be there. But I was honored to have served with Halid Usman for, was it 10 years? 9 years here. And I remember his election quite well. When he got elected, I always called him a rookie because he was elected in a by-election 3 months after I was first elected. So as far as council's concerned, he's a rookie, he's younger, he didn't have any experience. I had only 3 months experience, and we were honored to work together for 9 years on behalf of Markham. I have a message from Markham, and the mayor spoke very well earlier, but he wrote a message, and he had to run up. As you know, he's on the Police Services Board, and they're swearing in a new deputy chief this morning, and he had to be up in Newmarket. And let me just move this here slightly. On behalf of members of council in the town of Markham, I'm pleased to extend a warm and sincere welcome to all participants of the flag-raising ceremony at the Markham Civic Centre in celebration of Pakistan National Day. The Pakistani community in the Greater Toronto Area has made an outstanding contribution to the building of our nation through their dedication and commitment. Our community is immeasurably enriched by the diversity of its people and by the special gifts of heritage and culture we each carry within. I would like to extend my warmest greetings. I commend the Honourable Sahibzada A. Khan, Consul General of Pakistan, and the Consulate General, the gentlemen have just spoken, of Pakistan for joining the town of Markham in the hosting of this year's celebration. The Pakistan National Day flag-raising ceremony at the Markham Civic Centre represents the deep commitment to celebrate our diversity at every opportunity that resides in our community. As Mayor, I am proud of your efforts and would like to extend my deepest best wishes for a joyous, most memorable National Pakistan Day. Yours sincerely, Frank Scarpitti, Mayor of Markham. And I think that's a wonderful message to you. I do. I wanted to say just a couple words on my own behalf. I believe this is the 12th time we've had the flag raising. 11th or 12th? 11th. The 11th time. We didn't have a big celebration on the 10th, but we'll have a big celebration on the 15th, which is 3 or 4 years from now. And I'm hoping that this flag raising celebration goes on for years and years to come. Because the Pakistan... Yes. The Pakistani community has contributed so much to Markham. You see it everywhere, and I want to draw your attention. We're probably going to go out in the hallway afterwards as you leave. Are we going to have any good food or anything?
Yeah.
I love the Pakistani food. That's probably part of the reason I'm here, just to make sure that we eat well. Halid and I both demonstrate that we do eat well on many occasions, but this morning I'm hoping to enjoy it very much. I want you to look at the many faces of Markham posters that are out there. We had Many Faces of Markham on Sunday, where we celebrate the diversity of Markham at the Markham Theatre. And you will see many names of Pakistani origin on the posters and I think there's one in grade 8, and I think there's one in grade 1 or 2, etc. The grade 1 or 2, I'm wondering whether it was the boy or girl who did it, or maybe mom and dad had a little bit to do with it. It looks so good. And you'll see how proud they are of Pakistan, and you'll see how proud they are of being Canadian. And that combination is good for Canada. The celebrations that we have, Halid, for Pakistani National Day and so many others here are good for Markham, they're good for Pakistan or the country they come from, and they're good for Canada. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for coming this morning, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. That was